Stories for Sarah, Part 2. So this is the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000, taken from Mark 6. And we are sitting in a restaurant here. It's my favorite restaurant in Siem Reap. So the apostles, the disciples, returned to Jesus, and they were saying, "Oh, guess what we did? Look what we did!" And Jesus was listening to them, and he realized they must be tired. So he said, "Well, why don't you come back to this place? We'll go all alone, and we can all go rest." And so they thought that was a good idea. They had been working so hard they didn't even have time to eat. So as they were going away, they got into a boat and to go by themselves. So many people saw Jesus and his disciples leaving, and they rushed ahead of him so they could get there first before they arrived. And when they arrived, there was a great crowd. And Jesus looked at them, and he had compassion on them because they were like a sheep without a shepherd. And he began to teach them many things. And then it got really late, and the disciples said, "We should send the people back to the villages so that they can get something to eat." And Jesus said to them, "You give them something to eat." And they said, "Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give it to them to eat?" And he said, "Well, how many loaves do you have?" And the one little boy said, "Well, I have 5 loaves and I have 2 fishes." And then he commanded all of them to sit down in the green grass. And so they sat down, and there was like a group of 100, a group of 50, another group of 100. And Jesus took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and he looked up to heaven, and he said it like a blessing, and he broke the loaves and the fishes, and he divided them amongst them all, and they all ate, and they were full. They took up actually like 12 baskets full of fishes after that, and loaves. And the people that ate that day were 5,000. And I love that story because Jesus did a miracle, and they were so tired. The people, the disciples and Jesus were so tired, and they just wanted to go by themselves and rest. But Jesus said when he saw the people, he had compassion on them, and he wanted to feed them and help them. And the disciples were like, "How could we ever have enough money to take care of them?" And Jesus said, and then Jesus did the miracle. And so I feel like in our Christian life, if we're interruptible, that Jesus will, he can provide a miracle. That's it.